Hello dear friend, and welcome to On This Day SMR with me, Edward Hertz, where we take a look back through history at events which took place on this day. As you can hear, the rain is gently pittering and pattering away on the window, and the fire is crackling away nicely in the hearth. So, put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey back through time. So today is Friday the 12th of January 2024, and we have 42 events to cover, going all the way back to the year 475. Starting with the most recent event, which happened 4 years ago in 2020. The Taal volcano in the Philippines erupts and kills 39 people. 8 years ago in 2016, 10 people are killed and 15 wounded in a bombing near the Blue Mosque in Istanbul. 9 years ago in 2015, government raids kill 143 Boko Haram fighters in Kolofata, Cameroon. 12 years ago in 2012, violent protests occur in Bucharest, Romania, as 2-day-old demonstrations continue against President Traian Băsescu's economic austerity measures. Clashes are reported in numerous Romanian cities between protesters and law enforcement officers. 14 years ago in 2010, an earthquake in Haiti occurs, killing between 220,000 and 300,000 people and destroying much of the capital, Port-au-Prince. "17 years ago in 2007, Comet C2006 P1 McNaught, one of the brightest comets ever observed, is at its zenith, visible during the day. 18 years ago in 2006, a stampede during the stoning of the devil ritual on the last day at the Hajj in Mina, Saudi Arabia, kills at least 362 Muslim pilgrims. 19 years ago in 2005, deep impact launches from Cape Canaveral on a Delta II rocket. 20 years ago in 2004, the world's largest ocean liner, RMS Queen Mary II, makes its maiden voyage. "23 years ago in 2001, Downtown Disney opens to the public as part of the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California. 26 years ago in 1998, 19 European nations agree to forbid human cloning. 27 years ago in 1997, in the Space Shuttle program, Atlantis launches from the Kennedy Space Center on mission STS-81 to the Russian space station Mir, carrying astronaut Jerry M. Linenga for a 4-month stay on board the station, replacing astronaut John E. Blaha. 33 years ago, in 1991, in the Persian Gulf War, an act of the US Congress authorizes the use of American military force to drive Iraq out of Kuwait. 34 years ago, in 1990, the 7-day pogrom breaks out against the Armenian civilian population of Baku, Azerbaijan, during which Armenians were beaten, tortured, murdered and expelled from the city. 38 years ago in 1986, in the Space Shuttle program, Congressman and future NASA Administrator Bill Nelson lifts off from Kennedy Space Center aboard Columbia on mission STS-61C as a payload specialist. 48 years ago in 1976, the United Nations Security Council votes 11-1 to allow the Palestine Liberation Organization to participate in a Security Council debate without voting rights. "53 years ago in 1971, in the Harrisburg 7, Reverend Philip Berrigan and 5 other activists are indicted on charges of conspiring to kidnap Henry Kissinger and of plotting to blow up the heating tunnels of federal buildings in Washington, D.C. "54 years ago in 1970, Biafra capitulates, ending the Nigerian Civil War. 55 years ago in 1969, the New York Jets of the American Football League defeat the Baltimore Colts of the National Football League to win Super Bowl III in what is considered to be one of the greatest upsets in sports history. "57 years ago in 1967, Dr. James Bedford becomes the first person to be cryonically preserved with intent of future resuscitation. "58 years ago in 1966, Lyndon B. Johnson states that the United States should stay in South Vietnam until communist aggression there is ended. 60 years ago in 1964, rebels in Zanzibar begin a revolt known as the Zanzibar Revolution and proclaim a republic. 62 years ago in 1962, in the Vietnam War, Operation Chopper, the first American combat mission in the war, takes place. 69 years ago in 1955, a Martin 202 and Douglas DC-3 collide over Boone County, Kentucky, killing 15 people. 79 years ago in 1945, in World War II, the Red Army begins the Vistula Oder offensive. 82 years ago in 1942, also in World War II, United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt creates a National War Labor Board. 92 years ago in 1932, Hattie Caraway becomes the first woman elected to the United States Senate. 106 years ago in 1918, the Mini Pit disaster, coal mining accident, occurs in Halmer End, Staffordshire, in which 155 men and boys die. 108 years ago in 1916, both Oswald Boalk and Max Immelmann, for achieving 8 aerial victories each over Allied aircraft, received the German Empire's highest military award, the Pour le Mérite, as the first German aviators to earn it. "109 years ago in 1915, the United States House of Representatives rejects a proposal to require states to give women the right to vote. 113 years ago in 1911, the University of the Philippines College of Law is formally established. 3 future Philippine presidents are among the first enrollees. 129 years ago, in 1895, the National Trust is founded in the United Kingdom. 152 years ago, in 1872, Johann IV is crowned Emperor of Ethiopia in Aksum, the first imperial coronation in that city in over 200 years. 158 years ago, in 1866, the Royal Aeronautical Society is formed in London. 176 years ago, in 1848, the Palermo Rising takes place in Sicily against the Bourbon king of the Two Sicilies. 216 years ago, in 1808, John Rennie's scheme to defend St Mary's Church, Reculver, founded in 669, from coastal erosion, is abandoned in favour of demolition, despite the church being an exemplar of Anglo-Saxon architecture and sculpture. In the same year, the organisational meeting leading to the creation of the Wernerian Natural History Society, a former Scottish learned society, is held in Edinburgh. 232 years ago, in the year 1792, Federalist Thomas Pinckney appointed first US minister to Britain. 408 years ago, in 1616, the city of Belém, Brazil, is founded on the Amazon River Delta by Portuguese captain Francisco Caldeira Castelo Branco. 470 years ago, in the year 1554, Bayanang, who would go on to assemble the largest empire in the history of Southeast Asia, is crowned King of Burma. 496 years ago, in 1528, Gustav I of Sweden is crowned King of Sweden, having already reigned since his election in June 1523. 1,549 years ago, in the year 475, Byzantine Emperor Zeno is forced to flee his capital at Constantinople, and his general Basiliscus gains control of the empire. Okay, so that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment below. Please also consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel to grow and will also ensure that you are notified of all of my future videos. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.